açıkmış lan. İnternet nanik. Heh, düzeldi. Şimdi yanlış yaptık. Tamamdır. Nereye gideceğiz biz? Ha, şurada. Allah Allah. Sanki ben bu görev yaptım gibi.
You. I never thought I would see you again, friends. I assumed you had returned to your homes. Far from the folly that shadows us all here.
The folly? What are you talking about?
Let's just say that things are not moving uphill. The General Kurnaz and his faction are more and more popular. He said a few populist speeches of note, pamphlets are circulating, and posters postulating that an empire is the solution to all problems. Of course, the majority of intellectuals and savants disagree with that conjecture, but the population is adhering to the proposition. This has allowed him to impose to the Sopharks a certain number of changes. Soldiers are everywhere, you must have noticed.
I cannot believe that our educated nation, the beacon of science on Khakan, could follow the delirious rantings of a power-hungry, warmongering tyrant.
It's because our Tier Nahar, the mistress of all knowledge of my people, had foreseen such a possibility that we have returned. Had the Council of Al-Saad not tried to return to a semblance of order?
Alas, they haven't. Kurnaz was able to win a few battles against Dutan, and in doing so garnered support from partisans of his ideology. As for the others, they've demonstrated a gullibility that is disconcerting. They do not see the danger that he represents despite my warnings. Alongside other guilty parties, your people is often listed among them, which has made them less sensitive to the horrors the General has in store.
And are you aware of his new plan to instate his empire?
Alas, I am not. Though he's gained influence, he's far from achieving his goals if he continues with his current methods. Knowing him, he certainly has something in mind. But unless we were to go and spy on him, I don't know how we could guess his next steps.
That's an idea. Why not go and spy on him? Do we know where he is right now?
He's not easy to pin down. He changes his place of residence nearly every day and is never seen without a large escort of soldiers. However...
Yes? Are you getting an idea?
I learned that the General is organizing a meeting in his residence tonight. He hardly ever holds such meetings, but he must need to reassure his influence supporters. His residency is found in the military borough, not far from the prisons. But I need to warn you, it won't be easy to get in.
It would seem that luck has finally shown her face. Let's go. We'll find a way to infiltrate that house.
Once again, be extremely careful. If you're caught, I won't be able to do anything for you. And it would only help Kurnaz convince the population of the danger you represent.
We will do everything to remain discreet. You can be sure.
I hate having to stoop to espionage, but I fear that we have no other choice. Do you have anything else you would like to discuss?
Thank you for having us. We are leaving.
It was a pleasure. I hope we'll have another chance to meet.
Şuradaymış. Ya bu ne? Al bakayım sana şöyle. Beyinsiz ya, şeyden çıkmış ya. Ne güzel can basıyordum ben. Kuş beyinli ya. Nerede şimdi o? Vallahi gizlice dedi ama. Hiç gizlice girmeyecek. Ölüyorsa falan. Yukarılara çıkacağız galiba.
That Kurnaz is a paranoid madman. His house has more guards than the prison.
Let's
Burası
not
mı?
dally here for too long. We don't want to be spotted.
You're always late. How do you expect us to make any headway if you're never here on time? You need to pick up the pace and stop pretending to work. What do you think the master is going to say if he comes to inspect the site?
The master's here.
He certainly is. So, back to work.
Curse slaver. You can build your own all by yourself.
Now there's someone who gets along with his master. This work site is our chance. That's how we can get in. We should speak to one of them.
Konuşalım.
What are you doing there, you lot? This site is off limits to the public, and I'm not hiring.
We are not here for that reason. We were hoping we could convince you to allow us into the gardens.
Oh, were you now? And why would I do that? I'd be running the risk of losing my good client, and there would go my livelihood, you see?
What do you say if you let us take a peek at the gardens and, in return, we compensate you for the risk you're taking?
What would you want to do in the gardens? I hope you're not planning on messing over the lawn.
Oh, not at all. We were told that they were sumptuous and the place offers the best view of the city.
You're a strange flock of birds. Well, if you're willing to pay, but it's not going to be cheap.
Oha 2500 mü?
Alas, we don't have that much coin.
Then be off with you. I have work to do. And don't come back bothering me, or I'll call...
The foreman won't tell us anything else. He's too honest for that. I think we should go and have a word with his employee.
Çalışanıyla. Bunlarla konuşulmuyor. Şu mu? Ya. Neredeydi bu?
Yes. Do you speak our language?
Ha şurada. Şu.
What do you want? If my boss sees me talking, he's gonna fire me on the spot.
We would like to get into the gardens of this residence. And we were thinking that you might be able to help us.
You want a way in there? It's for the gods, you know. You wouldn't be able to stay in there for very long before getting thrown out.
I understand that it gives you pause to worry. You're taking a risk, but...
There's no need
If you
for you
wanna
to
wear
come in.
yourself
I
out.
won't be the one to stop you. For me, anything that makes that nasty wart of a master lose some sleep is good for me. So here's what we're gonna do. The wall up there won't be repaired tonight. Normally, we put the ladder that gives us access away at the end of the day, but I'm gonna leave it for you. At nightfall, go in there and do what you need to do. And if you can make a little mess, enough so that dumb foreman gets a few grey hairs, that would be even better.
Thank you for your help.
It's nothing. I'm the one to thank you. I'm already laughing.
Our disgruntled worker kept his word. That ladder will allow us to enter the property.
Sana. Ya bizim salak adam. Lan şu çekişçiyi alın başımdan. Ha vur şunu.
Those imbeciles don't understand anything. They quibble as our country mires itself in a war without end. Only a powerful empire could crush Thélème and bring us the peace and prosperity we all dream of. These diplomats and scholars blather on and on about sovereignty when they risk being swept away by the enemy. But I shall persuade them otherwise. My war monsters will give them new perspective. Once they've seen the power these beasts provide, the victories served on a platter, they will bend. Imagine all the nations of the continent, as well as Teofredi, finally united under a single.
Görüleceksin kız.
May the enlightened guide my hand. Die! I will not let you enslave my nation!
Lan. Salak kız ya.
What have we here? If it isn't your friend Zerin, the Thélème spy. She's not alone. Arrest her accomplices.
They're fleeing through the garden! Out there!
I see him! Over here!
Don't let them get away!
I should have suspected she was up to something. She was too eager to join our mission.
And Fausta. We can say that she was hiding her hand. I didn't see it coming. You're not alone in this. But instead of lamenting, the question now is how to get her out of there. I doubt Kurnaz will be kind to her.
Look, a trapdoor. It must lead us close to the Grand Bazaar. We should go through here.
Well, well. A Teofredi savage and a hodgepodge band of misfits. I've heard talk about you. I'm quite happy to make your acquaintance. And even happier to know that you'll soon be rotting in a jail with your friend, that spy from Thélème.
Blah, blah, blah, I'm so mean. Well, let's do away with this imbecile and be off.
Yes. To arms.
Intruders! Watch out!
Let's show them what
Tamam.
we're made of!
Şunu alayım. Lan yardıma gelsenize mi? Aptallar.
My armor is completely ruined.
Ya aptaldan bana.
This armor is useless now. I need help from someone. I'm wounded.
Ölecekler ya. Ya biri öldü. Düş benim ya.
completely ruined. At least I won't die at the end of a rope.
Hadi biri öldü. Lan sen de mi öleceksin? Allah öldü. Neyse. Ben seni gebertirim ya. Oha ne vuruyor lan sen? Ananın nikahı. İnsan gibi vurmuyor ki şerefsiz. Ya hadi be. Kaç saatte yüklüyorsun abi?
Look, a trapdoor. It must lead us close to the Grand Bazaar. We should go through here.
Well, well, and even
Under attack. Prepare to fight.
Oğlum şu abim çok demetçiyor ya. Bir daha bas. Ya aptal buraya gelsene. Herkes ayrı bir telden çalıyor ya. Lan şuna. Hadi 4000 canı olmuş. Güzel gidiyor. Hadi hepimiz buna saldıralım. Vurun ölecek şimdi. Bir kaldı hadi. Lan git bana. Bu geberdi.
It's the last trial. We're nearly there. The exit from this cursed neighborhood isn't far.
...200 metre çok ya. Lan niye ışınlan? Kapalı. 2 tane var ya. Kaçın. Kaçalım hadi.
I was starting to fear we wouldn't be able to make it back to the ship.
Thank you, Fausta. What got a hold of her? I too wanted to kill that frogwort, but I didn't put everyone in danger to do it.
I hope she is still alive.
She certainly is, but her incarceration will be trying. Kernaz is going to want to interrogate her, and I fear that his methods will be brutal.
Do you have an idea where she might be being kept?
In the prison, which I believe you're already familiar with.
It's the only adequate place for holding someone in the city. She'll be in quarters that are far more guarded than the ones you were in.
We're going to have to plan another escape while the entire city is already on our heels. How are we going to do this? Especially since Sybil is no longer here to help us. She was truly gifted for this sort of situation.
We are all going to need to think this through. About this and all we've learned. Despite our intervention in the ruins at High Prairie, Kernaz has not abandoned his plans to use guardians in his war.
Speaking about that, shouldn't we go and find Neelan? We're one man down, and we're going to need all the help we can get.
Fausta said that he could be found in the region of Kel Dag. It's not too far from here.
I need to perform the ritual that Mev spoke to me about. She said that it could help us understand the continent and counter Kernaz's plans.
Wherever you decide to go, we'll follow you. The Constanzia, her crew, and I. You need only tell us a destination.
Let's get to work.
Şimdi alasın nikahına kadar görev oldu. Lan oğlum. Şu mu? Tamam, yaptık. Bunu da aldık.
I have everything Mev told me was a...
Buraya nereye? Ha, buradaymış. Partide adam kalmadı be. En sakin kız gitti. Delirdi ya orada. İyi de nerede lan bu? Ha, şu. Şimdi. Şu daha iyiymiş. Beceri. Bunlara da. Bitti mi? Yetenek. Öbür günlere şimdilik vermeyeceğim ya, olsun. Ya sadece silahlarına, şu kızın silahı olması lazım bende. Aynen. Aa, ikisine bir veriyor lan. Gerçi ikisine bir şey yapmışım ben de. Ya şunları da upgrade yapmak lazım. Hadi gidelim.
Fausto told me that Milan could be found in the region of Keldog. Do you know where that is?
It's an arid mountainous region not far from here. It's to the north of Alina's suburbs.
Ne oluyor lan? Bir yerine uzatmış biraz. Lan bunlar şeymiş. Şimdi şu şeyi değiştirelim bakalım. Mesela şunu. Biz en son ne aldık? Hangisini almıştık ya? Değil. Ha bu. 4 istiyor yalnız. Bir deneyelim bakalım. Oo, o adam çok iyiymiş bu. Of. Ben kullanayım bunu ya, 4. Deli gibi duran düşmanları acayip vuruyor. Ya da dibime atarım, kimse yaklaşamaz. Kafa yeni yerler açıyoruz ha. Neymiş lan? Maymunlar.
Again. When will they learn?
Şunu şimdi bir koyduk mu şuraya? Baksana abi. Oo. Ya kim ölüyor bizde? Vallahi hiç partnersiz gitsem daha iyi olacak gibi ya. Bu aptalların hep her bir ayrı yerde olduğu için sıkıntı oluyor. Bak geri çekilin dedi. Ne oluyor lan? Hiç dinleyen yok. Geberecekler şimdi ya. Minecraft kuş paraziti mi? Vallahi hiç duymadım. Pek de zannetmiyorum oynayacağımı ya.
I can hardly believe that what's putting us on one's tracks, a caravan attacks. Without you, he gets carried away by his anger. You must be in a hurry to see him again.
Oh, to be honest, I don't know. We've grown apart, him and I ask myself sometimes if we still even understand each other.
Look over there. It looks like a small group is making their way towards the ruins. And judging from their dress, I'd say they're your countrymen.
It would be judicious to follow them. They will lead us to the place they're hiding.
The group that we spotted from afar must have climbed up this rope. Oh, but we can't use it.
We need to open this door. There must be a passage to the upper floors behind it.
Tamam anladım kuş paraziti. Hiç bilmiyorum ne işe yarıyor. Ne o? Bilgim yok açıkçası. Minecraft'ı biliyorum ama. Kapıyı nasıl açacağım ben ya? Minecraft'ın bir modu mu? Ne oluyor? Ya Allah belanızı versin ya. Oğlum şunu ayarlasaydınız keşke ya. Ritüeli gerçekleştir. Ritüeli nasıl gerçekleştireceğiz abi? Alt katta mı acaba? Şurada bir şey. Aa. Ne oluyor lan? Ha. Bunlar bunlara komut vereceğim herhalde. Herkesi bir yere götürteceğim. Minecraft. Tamam Minecraft işte. Ben de dedim abi kapıyı doya doya aç. Kapıyı nasıl açacağız bir bilsek. Ağlan şarjgeli açtık ya. Vallahi açtık böyleymiş lan. İşte. Hiç tahmin etmiyordum. Uğraşırız diyordum.
Do you feel this weight? Feeling that the air has become thick and sticky.
No, nothing at all. But you're the sage bonded to nature. If you think there's something not right, it would be best to search the area.
Bu neymiş be? Burada bir şey var. Neyse. Biri burada. Neymiş lan?
These look like mining tunnels.
Ha, inceleyeceğiz.
It reminds me of what happened on TÜRKÇE. And this place is also polluted.
Ya kaçsana böyle. Abi kapıyı döverek açacaksın. Açtık kapıyı.
It's everywhere.
Burayı da hallettik.
This site is choking with pollution and I feel a great presence of corruption. For what reason do my people find themselves here? Some of them must also feel all of this. Look, these passageways are covered in some sort of oily substance. It's been soaked into the earth and seems to be smothering it.
Hayda. Bak aptallara bak. Biri nereye gidiyor, biri nereye gidiyor ya. Bu ne?
Avradire, ahiren, tuig suisim neda. Sag vregandi renaikse, leida horgime sluchtos, agasidine stiri. Dani esa es radeda dive dordent. Quano? Scripe de bloishem an betrecham nama. Ene vervede, sag, nas laue.
Espedani nama vredole luchtom. Farwedas qua hangom.
Na, es vir Nilan. Nasientem anation freguneutas.
Kadın akıllıymış.
Iskene maru reideis. Amaloidem anamantem nama.
Em sempen nauidi quesemen.
Sommes radei, the hebertidi days. Vregum say that neis dir, neis enna.
Sovek bine dames cair, enamandem ane cred. Como lei vorei dames ne sluchto.
Na cred ed. Taurebad ad katrog.
Eso leg dis lundi doctor. Kleiden ilanem.
Kadınla aynı lan bizim şey. Elbise. Huysuz kadınla.
Oridenge. Orectes. Na crednem, et olmar.
Ani loin. Hes lauen me en berta an awel varas quad.
Ole kata garantan renaikse. Bregam evredachtam da radidau en vintjechtem. Did you go home? Did you warn our people of the menace that weighs on our heads?
Yes. Do not worry. We were able to inform them and give them the remedy. I also saw the Tierna Agan, who has given me a new mission. She wants us to put an end to Kornos' plans.
Ya
You should join us, Nilan. We'll need you if we're going to fulfill the mission that Mev gave me.
I thank you, Ridengar. Truly. In spite of all our differences, you are my only link to the life I led before. But I cannot join you.
vallahi katılma.
Not now. Come. I need to show you something. You will understand why. Look.
You've decorated this place with symbols of our people. As if it were a place of bonding. I can feel the power of this site. But what are you hoping to do here?
The attacks we've been making up until now are insufficient. This General Kurnas still threatens our people and our island. The Tiernahach sensed it as well. She has sent you back here. The other Renoixe are no better than him. We are very close to Ulima, their corrupted city. We can see it from here.
Oh, don't tell me that you're planning on bonding with this Earth to attack their city.
Nila, I understand your anger and your concern for your people, but this is madness. You will never manage to strike Kurnaz, and your attack will only bolster his resolve to destroy you. If you go through with this, he will obtain support from the wounded like he'd never dreamed. Is that what you want?
I have no lessons to learn from a lion. It doesn't matter what you think. My duty is to my people and my lands. I haven't forgotten that. Leave now. I must prepare the ritual.
Nilan, I'm begging you.
Monas tokariden an kocher. Frovions. MS nama gues
Salın
dari.
şunu ölsün ya.
Quetmens aridengar. Teget dem. Esra de daharula medidem. Esadet
Götü
madana
kalkmış.
madagam yom kaydım da davrebi tovigawamen renaiksamen varnestir.
Navrexina Niloin. Esmer!
Esmer ekredem renaiksamen namas yes. Snektent ekrenes garantamen. Everoident amaradi des emendent orgines luchtos. Madercanes henesem. Exreud samel satir malinquidement fregu.
Asmeuns em katavegan gelion. Sien tade diwata chuledir.
Mobinedem lauer crimoderik. Masseim ovunum enwent gred. Anes linquid decassur. Esra deida venau deistas aeniedem datocomberi agrimoderi.
Navreg ed. Essatir mor ol es lenedau. Olsa comesem quenied ment ladan. Nasien tasva nedito sies moil se.
Esquedrodits, sogna credauet. Ogesarulam menoda reguadet madi.
Nafravind qued darradi daudat. Sag, emes dug em apoilandi olesa luchtum jam inunder.
Malinquid saber da sivedach en indredawines heneses, anes naseda neudam.
Nasrach hever darimau en knimam, ecter habertem dedanoidam. Comole, sientem diwedach cornasi. Fovarshed dead. Freg fors meunum desamerachtum, acom franni, voredni.
Estrag me aridenger. Sagvrek der magwenidau.
Aniloin. Na. aşağıdadır. We should go and speak to our people who didn't want to bond here. They must feel betrayed and abandoned. Is everything all right?
Yes, all in all, things are good. Some of our people were wounded, but only slightly. They'll soon be healed. The opposite must be said for those who left us and who we can only mourn. And you, how are you doing?
We were lucky. We were not hurt or wounded. What do you plan to do now?
I believe that we'll stay here. We cannot leave this place unguarded. It's far too powerful. And one day, perhaps we will succeed in purifying it, to return to this earth a form of peace.
You are right to do so, but you need to be very careful.
And what are you going to do?
The Tiernahar asked me to perform a ritual in order to communicate with the continent without bonding to it. We hope to find a way to foil the plans of Kornas, the man threatening our people.
In that case, it's my turn to ask you to be careful. May the earth carry you, always.
Nerede lan bu? Ha burada. En yakın nereden giderim? İkisi de aynı. Ritüeli gerçekleştir. Ritüeli gerçekleştir. Buradan girer oradan çıkarız ya. Hayda. da çok uzak ya. Neyse o tarafa gideceğiz. Yapacak bir şey yok. Bayağı da uzakmış lan.
Let's show them what we're made of!
Yok oldu ya. Büyük. Büyük bayağı iyiymiş ya. Bir alt katta.
I remembered the feelings of joy mixed with sadness that I felt when we came here for the first time. Surrounded by our own, I felt safe, even though I saw to what extent they had suffered to make a life here.
Yes, they were prisoners, like you and Nilan, former slaves who'd escaped. I should have taken you somewhere safer. To think, I thought I'd found a safe haven for everyone. I remember saying to myself that morning, now I can move on. But I had underestimated the vile nature of that damned general. If only Laden had crushed him to a pulp when she transformed.
We must finish the preparations for the ritual. The time has come.
Gelin bakalım. Alın bakayım şunu. Lan çok vuruyormuş. Yuh, öldürecekler lan. Oğlum gelin de kurtarın ya, gerizekalılar. Salak ölecek şimdi. Burada canımızı dolduralım.
It would appear that the head is placed as per your request.
Bu ne? Bu kafa ne? Kafası.
ko ol komfrangi e brandi ole haneminen. Ades da marharmam. Inquid dam da veru evridenas ta hanemo. Avelu de talugedon. Close de tahawan. Uledi de taragam. Kingin in tagamen. Kwa en anem ha. Sa enedi.
Ne oldu?
Are you well? I was afraid you were going to pass out completely. How do you feel, my child?
I'm well. Even if I am exhausted and disorientated. What I felt is difficult to describe. I was Ladan. Suddenly I felt my body shredded in an explosion of terrific rage. And then I was that rage, and I became something else. I was immense. My roots digging into the depths of the earth, my peaks touching the sky. But I was wounded and full of hatred. And then I saw myself, tiny, sitting here, as if hiding in a shard of my past, powerful greatness.
What you're describing, you were the continent.
That'd be enough to give delusions of grandeur to more than one. You're not too shook up, are you?
Enough, you two. Let her tell you what she felt. Your questioning is going to make her lose her thread.
That's it. I was all of Gakan. And I was full of infinite suffering, as if thousands of needles were piercing my skin. I felt violated and dying, as if some horrifying illness had infected me.
You're describing this as if you truly felt it. I am so sorry for you. It must have been horrible.
You're going to need to rest after this. Did you see anything that could help us anticipate Kernaz's next movements?
Yes. Other than the caverns, I felt certain places as if they were my own internal organs, beating with energy. I suppose that these are places of power. Places where bonding rituals might be performed as well.
I know this might be a stupid question, but do you think you could locate them?
Would you know how to find your heart? Yes. I felt where they can be found. One of them we know already. It's the one on the lands of the congregation, near the border with your country. There were others beyond there. I don't know how they are called, but I could show them to you on a map.
I suggest we notify the Dutan Embassy to ensure that these powerful places are properly guarded.
Excellent idea, Ludwig. Even if it would be risky for Kernaz to send men directly into the heart of enemy territory.
Agreed. Since it only requires a small detachment of men to create one of these creatures, surveillance would not hurt.
Alas, there were also several on these lands, and these could be easily exploited by the General. There were two twins. One, a great chasm to the north of Alima. A cancer in my flesh.
Konuşmalar oldukça
And the other touched my
oynayasım gelmiyor
cheeks.
ne ya.
I imagine that it's a mine near another site of ruins in the mountains. There was another to the north. Still still within my entrails, near a long, wet scar.
You're speaking of the Tyne Canal, I think. There are numerous Astrian ruins in the region. This place must be one of them.
That is possible. Oh, there were so many, my head is spinning. Concerning the twin sites, I believe the one in the mountain heights is where Nilan bonded himself. We know there was a mine nearby. That's probably the other twin site. It was leaking pus. Much more wounded than the others.
Tell, Safia, do you know this mine?
That would be an old copper mine. I think it's abandoned.
I concur. Production was stopped years ago. The copper was eventually depleted after centuries of exploitation.
I sensed that something was going on there. A kind of presence. I think we should go.
If Kernaz chose to continue his experiments, he'll have the site guarded.
And your vision of the ruins near the border?
It was a place like the others. I just recognized it more easily because we had been there. Great battles were fought there in ancient times, weren't they?
Yes. The war between the Empire and the free cities, supported by the congregation, spilled over all the way to those lands. The earth must still be drenched in the blood of the poor soldiers who perished there.
Yes. There was so much blood spilled.
Perhaps. But we went there and a ritual was already performed. It wouldn't seem an urgency to return.
Yes. It's to the mines that we should go first. Something is going on there.